Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
You can go around the world and not find a better beer than Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
Bazinga.
Subscribe to Just M1ke Plays, right, for all you can see without the use of a PC.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well and welcome back to episode 7 of my One New England save here on Football Manager 2019 Touch. Now today's episode we're going to start off by looking at just the performance of players overall before we delve into the live com against LAFC, as well as looking back over the schedule and seeing how well we've gone since we last together. As we can see though, Agudelo sitting up there on the average rating, a 7.61, very, solid, very good performance from him. Obviously, he's injured again at the moment. I will hopefully just show a screenshot now of what has happened. He basically came back from injury, put him on the bench, stupidly played him, and he's now out again. But hopefully, it's not a recurring thing. The sad thing is that it is the same injury as last time. So, yeah, I'm slightly concerned with that one, but hopefully, we can get him through. But I am going to have to look for an alternative striker because the ones I've got at the moment just aren't at the level that they need to be. Just underneath him, we've got Callum Rowe. As I said, a bit of a silent assassin this season, though. Hasn't been making, massive, plays. Well, I suppose he is making massive plays because you can see there a 7.29 rating from him as well. He's a player that I mostly didn't realise was playing as well as he was until he was injured, and it kind of left a bit of a void. Shaughnessy, to be fair to him, did do okay in that position, but yeah, he's just really holding the likes of Casado out the team. Shaughnessy as well. Him and Kone seem to have linked really well, and with Scotty Caldwell sitting in that deeper role, just seems to be working really well. Speaking of Kone, he's down just underneath Callum Rowe there, 7.19. Obviously a fairly new signing, but still made 17 appearances and just sliding really well. And he's a player actually that I wish the Revolution would look at in real life. Although he is 31 years of age, not probably somebody that Brad Friedel would look at. He's played in Spain, Italy, and in Greece. Don't think his contract was too bad. It's not huge. It's something that possibly, I don't know obviously what he's like in real life, but in the game absolutely fit into the system that I want to play perfectly. Another player that I'm going to be very sad to leave, Lamore there. Obviously got him on loan from Sporting. There's no way that they're going to let him come to me. I've tried to put numerous offers in, I just can't afford him. As you can see there, 20 appearances, 2 goals, 5 assists, 1 player of the match award, 7.07 average rating. Absolutely stunning player. Really sad, obviously, at the end of the season when he goes. I do need another left back. Although Chris Tierney, to be fair, has been playing pretty well, although he is unhappy at the moment with his limited game time. Only 6 appearances, 1 of them coming off the bench. Still a decent average rating though, 6.90. We can see other players though, there Diego Fundungues, 7.05 rating, 17 games. Obviously he and Felix kind of sharing that position at the moment, although sometimes Diego has actually moved out to the left when Christian Pinillas had a slightly poor run of form. Still performing very well. Matt Turner, 6.99, just short of that 7 golden 7 average rating there. But yeah, really happy with the way the team's performance. In terms of goals, though, as you can see, it is all just basically coming from the one man, though, really. Cannavaro has started to pitch in now, though, and that's kind of just as of late, really, more than anything. It's kind of a thing that's just started to happen. He's starting to really pick up. I've kind of changed his role slightly, so he is getting a little bit more forward now than usual. As we are looking to obviously support the striker just isn't really firing at the moment for us, and it seems that Callum Rose kind of took that on himself to get the goals while Juan Agudelo is out injured. You can see there, Juan Agudelo, wow, and from the 18 goals, I wish that was something he could recreate in real life for the Revolution, because that would be, to be fair, first of all we've got to start playing him, and we've actually got to play him as a striker, although I do think he probably won't be wearing a Revolution shirt next season, unfortunately, but who knows. Only time will tell on that one. As I said, just underneath him, Callum Rowe on 6 goals. Then we've got Diego Fundegas with 4. Underneath him, we've got Kone and Felix on 3. Lamore then with 2. Calderwell, Victor, and a couple of people on 1s as well. In terms of assists, though, you can see, there's quite a good plethora of players here, though, that are actually pitching in with assists, which is good to see. It's not just, down to, 1 or 2 people. It is a good handful of people. And for some reason, it's not actually letting me sort by assists. Why are you not letting me? I don't know why I can't sort by assists. Why can't I sort by... There we go. I don't know what was happening there. But Callum Rowe and Diego Fundegas joint top on 6. Then we've got Lamore and Christian Pinilla. So that left-hand side very strong in terms of getting the ball into the right areas at the right time. 5 apiece from those. Juan Agudelo actually setting up 4 as well. Then we've then got Kone, Brandon Barr on the right-hand side, Shaughnessy, and then Felix as well. So yeah, very strong performance from the team. Really, really happy with how things have been going. But in terms of games, how have we been getting on since we were last together? Last time round, it was that 1-0 defeat to the hands of Orlando City. We then actually invited Philadelphia to Gillette Stadium and a 2-1 victory there. As you can see, 2 goals coming from my boy Callum Rowe. As I said, the striker situation at the moment isn't the best. But as I said, Callum Rowe's taking that on his shoulders and grabbed 2 goals in what was a few more dominating game than what the scoreline does tell. The story isn't fully told there. We should have actually been done and dusted with, but just not converting our chances when at all possible. After that, we actually went away to DC United. Wayne Rooney's DC United. Scotty Caldwell picking up a red card in the 2nd minute of the game did not make this an easy one for us. But to be perfectly honest, the team actually rallied and pick up a draw here. We could have actually snuck a win and grabbed all 3 points on another day. It wasn't as one-sided as I thought it would be, especially grabbing a red card so early on in the game. And as I said, pulling away with just the 1 point there, possibly harsh done by in that game. And it would have been interesting to see how we would have played with 11 men on the pitch. We then had Philadelphia once more, but we couldn't recreate that 2-1 victory, this time away from home. Still picking up a point though, 2-2 draw on this one. As you can see though, Callum Rowe actually missed a penalty in this one, but Kone and Pedro sparing his blushes, as we did walk away from the away match with a point. In this match though, I do think that it probably was a fair result. Neither team doing enough. Very entertaining game though, 4 goals obviously in this one, and yeah, it was one where kind of footballing philosophies were thrown out the window, and it was just try and score a goal really with this one. I did go a lot more direct, as I actually went 2-0 down in this one, and I just wanted to get a goal back, and it seemed to have worked. And then I sat back then after we got the second one and to let the game really play out. We then had Portland come and visit us at the Gillette Stadium. Callum Rowe grabbing another goal for us here in a 1-0 and very well deserved victory for us. We've now got the tough fixture of LAFC. And do you know why this one's tough? Well, it's all because of this man.
We're set for the only regular season meeting of the year between the New England Revolution and Vancouver Whitecaps. No foul there as Brett Schneider went down. Failhaber centers, a bid to equalize here. Wynn does just that. 1-1. Lee Wynn has his first goal in a Revolution jersey.
It's all about Lee Wynn, obviously ex-New England Revolution player and a very talented player indeed. And a lot of fans would still love to see him suited up in the Revolution colours. But he's no longer at the Revolution, he is at LAFC. And let's have a quick look at how he has been doing. 14 games played for them, 3 goals, 3 assists and a 6.99 average rating. So it does seem that he has settled in rather well. It's going to be interesting to see if he does actually start the match for LAFC. My scouting report does say that he will be starting for them in that preferred attacking midfield central role as well. We're just hoping that this one doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. And before we get underway here as the Los Angeles Football Club takes on New England Revolution, let's just have a few words from today's sponsor.
From time to time, the process of obtaining a mortgage can be somewhat stressful. It might make you want to pull out your own hair. Or steal a bus and drive it straight off a cliff. Or jump in front of a speeding bus that's been stolen and is driving straight off a cliff. But it doesn't have to be. Introducing the anti-pull your hair out, steal a bus, and then jump in front of it mortgage. Only at First Bank.
The Revolution are lining up in a 4-1-4-1 defensive midfield wide, with Matt Turner starting goal. A back four from left to right of Lamore, Browning, Annie Barber and Brandon Boy. Scotty Caldwell in the defensive midfield slot. In front of him we've got Kone and Rowe. We've got Christian Pinilla out on the left, Diego Fundunguez out on the right, and we've got Pedro starting up top. As I said, we've got to be looking out for Lee Win, of all people. He's actually starting out on the left hand side of what is a 4-2-4 wide, which is in the report I actually got. They did say they were going to be playing a 4-2-3-1 formation, but obviously other players noted in there as well. Rossi, interesting that they're starting Moutinho in that defensive central position, because he's actually more natural as a left back. But this one's going to be an interesting game, both teams going attacking from the off, so let's get the game underway. This is a game that New England Revolution will be desperate to win, as these two teams are very close. Not obviously in the same league, but both in that Supporters' Shield. Both very close indeed. I do believe that LAFC are just one place above the Revolution. And obviously they probably, if as things stand at the moment, would look to be playing each other in the playoffs at some point. Got Wilcock on the ball now though. Plays the ball into Rossi behind the defence. New England Revolution defence caught napping there. Lee Win now on the ball, plays the ball into the middle. It's drawn across, but no one there at all. The Torta now grabs it back to Santos. Santos shot blocked. Wilcock now back to Lee Win. Lee Win with an early opportunity, but Matt Turner down to his left hand side and parries the ball out for a corner. We now have to deal with a Rossi. Oh, lovely little player to Lee Win. Lee Win trying to prove a point as the ball does break. Now Diego Fundunguez on the break. No players coming on to him at all as he finds Pedro. Pedro now, what can you do here? He's got a player on the left, but tries to find Diego Kone now with a drilled shot, but it is off target. Oh, actually no, it's actually deflected wide for a corner there. I thought that was just a very miss-hit shot. Callum Rowe now playing the ball in. Pedro tries to play it back in, but it is dealt with only as far as Lamore, though. Lamore back out to Rowe. Callum Rowe! But no, it's gone over. It's still 0-0, but 5 minutes in. Very, very entertaining game so far. Lee Win trying to get some early touches on the ball, as they do find the ball through to Ramirez now, through Turner with a big save once more. 6 minutes in, guys, and this game is pretty frantic. Rossi with the set piece for them again, and it's played into the near post. I'm not too sure what happened there at all, but we do manage to scramble the ball away. 6 shots, 3 of those on target. Lee Win now with a free kick. This is non-stop. That's a pretty poor free kick, especially by someone of Win's standards. As we can now finally take a breath and calm down, as we are just 10 minutes into the game. It has mostly been LAFC, and as I said, Lee Win trying to get on the ball as much as he can, as Andy Barber now takes a throw and plays it into Brandon Boy. Brandon Boy finds Scotty Caldwell. Caldwell back to Kone. Kone to Caldwell. Oh my God, Rowe. Oh my word, what a hit. Callum Rowe, as I said before the game, taking this on his shoulders, and no one has really come up with the goal so far. An absolute thunderbolting one into the top corner. Some nice patient build-up play here. Caldwell plays the ball to Kone. Kone found Caldwell back once more. I stumbled on my words around here as Caldwell found Callum Rowe. Callum Rowe did see that gap there and just absolutely rifled it. I'm not too sure what the goalkeeper was doing there. I'm sure he's had better days, but I don't care. It's the New England Revolution 1. LAFC 0. Got an opportunity now. Andy Barber once more taking the throw into Pedro. Pedro finds Christian Pinilla. Pinilla plays the ball back to Caldwell. Caldwell pulling his strings a little bit at the moment as he finds Kone. Kone, lovely. Out to Brandon by some time and some space on the right side, but it's played into the box and it's dealt with. Lee Win now. Oh my God. So much time and space as Ramirez coolly and calmly stops the ball past Matt Turner. That was a lovely counter-attacking move there from LAFC. As we see here, the ball's played out. Wilcock to Lee Win. Lee Win just drives the ball forward. How much space? Oh my word, that was very, very poor. My defence just caught all out of position. Brandon Bye was nowhere to be seen there. Oh, well, we know why, because he was so far forward, but that's very disappointing indeed. That's something that we might have to look to address if we keep getting caught at that. Is Annie Barbar now with the ball to Brandon Bye, back to Annie Barbar, to Bye, Caldwell. That's what's happening there. Look, there's two defenders over on that right hand side. It's not good. Callum Rowe though finds Christian Pinilla with a lovely shot, and it is parried wide for a Revolution corner, as Callum Rowe, I believe, would go to take this one. He does indeed. Plays the ball into Pedro once more, but it is dealt with. That's not the corner routine I have set up. I'm not too sure if they do mix up every now and again, but it's not the corner routine that I've asked them to play. But I'm not too sure why Annie Barbar keeps going over to take throw-ins, and then we're left short at the back. He's not my dedicated throw-in taker, so I don't know what's going on there. But Lee Win with the corner, and it's actually collected by Matt Turner. This is it's not the best. I know we've had opportunities, and it does seem like, I feel like it's making us seem like we're playing better than we are. But I do think we're very vulnerable at the moment. And to be fair, the goal we scored, obviously, was a bit of magic, but I do think that LAFC have been you can see it from the stats, they have been the better of the two teams that has got an opportunity to get something from this corner, as Lee Win takes the corner short this time, and it is dealt with, as they've got another opportunity now to go again. But it's not been our best performance, I'm not going to lie. And we've had a few iffy performances, to be fair, as of recent. And then other times when we've played really well and not actually got the results. So it's been very frustrating this whole period, to be fair. It's not been the best to be the manager of the Revolution. But hopefully, we can come out maybe second half and get something done here, as it does look like we're going to be winding down the first half. Hopefully coming in at a 1-1 scoreline. We do seem to be picking up slightly, as the half goes on. But it just seemed that they're very much in control so far of the game, as Santos now with the ball. If we could get in at half time 1-1, that would be perfect. I don't want to change too much up at the moment though, because to be very honest, I'm not 100% sure what I could do. The game's not really giving me much to work with. I know we're kind of vulnerable when we've got the opportunity thrown to get caught on the counter attack, but that has only happened the once, which did lead them to scoring a goal. Other than that, it doesn't look like we're doing a ton of things wrong here. It's quite a hard call. It's not like Lee Win now behind the defence. Lovely tackle. But Rossi just before half time as well. That's not why. To be fair, we could see it was coming, and I pretty much did nothing but sat back and let it happen as Martino plays the ball down to Wilcock. Wilcock plays the ball back inside now, and it's just one hit over the top. Lee Win breaks the line of defence. Lovely tackle there from Lamore, but Rossi follows in, and Matt Turner could not really do anything from point blank range. That's rather disappointing, as I did want to get the boys in at half time at 1-1. And who knows, it's going to be a big half time team talk from me, although I can't do team talks, but a good big old tactical reshuffle at half time, and seeing hopefully if we can come out in the second half with a bit of fight, a little bit more pressure on the ball, and hopefully cause LAFC a few problems. I bet you're going to get an opportunity as Brandon Bye plays the ball into Diego. Diego now drifting inside, plays it over to Pedro. Pedro pulls out to the right hand side now, plays the ball into the box. It is Callum Rowe once more. Oh my god, he's hit the upright. Imagine the scenes there if we would have scored that and we actually did go in level pegging at half time. We don't deserve it, but it was another one of those. Callum Rowe at the moment, honestly to God, he is playing out of his skin to try and drag Revolution through this match, but it isn't to be. We have gone into the half-time break, and it's LAFC 2, New England Revolution 1. Some people may call it stupid, some people may call it bold, but I have actually took the decision to bring Pedro off, and I actually have brought Victor on, as Conan now drives the ball forward round one player, plays the ball out to the left, but it is actually spooned to nobody. So I've done a bit of tweaking there. I've brought on Victor, as I said, brought off Pedro. Both of them, to be fair, just not really giving me any confidence in either of them at the moment. They're both performing meh. It's nothing performances from them at the moment. They're just not getting themselves involved. They're not anywhere near the level of Agudelo, and yeah, it's going to be really hard if Agudelo is going to have to keep persisting with this injury. It's great that we managed to tie him down to a contract now, but if this injury is going to be a recurring one, then I definitely need to look for a backup anyway, because I can't just be relying on one player. The two that I've got at the moment, Victor, to be fair, was a player for the future, but I'm having to throw him in at the moment because I've got no other options really. I've kind of left myself short as Lee Win has the ball on the left-hand side, plays in Brandon Boyd as well to clear the ball, though they've got another opportunity, but it is actually hit wide. 61 minutes in now to the second half, and yeah, it's not been the best second half so far. Not rather uneventful considering how fast-paced the first half was. As I said, I've gone a slightly more cautious approach now, tweaked a few instructions on individual players, and obviously the substitution as well seems to potentially be not working because there is still them with the pressure. Not as much though, but it is still them more in control than we are as Lee Win come across to take the corner now as the ball's playing to the middle, but Matt Turner comes out strong and claims the ball. 22 shots to 10. It's kind of shows who the teams that's looking to win this match is. Oh man, what do you do? I mean, Christian Panier's got to come off for me now. 6.3 average rating just isn't good enough, and the only player I've got is just coming back from an injury. Could play, but to be perfectly honest, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to stick Diego out there, and then I've got who do I put on? Hankins not played too bad. To be fair, Felix has had a good game, and I've got Segbird as well. He's more of a defensive option for me, but I'm going to give Felix a run out now, and hopefully he can come on and just add some kind of more. But to be fair, Christian Panier should be getting the job done. He's got all the attributes to get the job done. Just having a very, very off game for him. But Diego, to be fair, he's very versatile. I've played him on the left numerous times now, and he's always putting a shift for me. I'm going to start going attacking now. Hopefully the false sense of security for LAFC could lead potentially to a Revolution goal, though, but it doesn't seem that is the case, as the clock is just ticking down now, and not a lot seems to be happening at all as Matt Turner does play the ball out to Caldwell. I hope this is one of ours. I'm hoping this is one of ours. Lamore now, he's been an absolute gem for me. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Well played there. That was, I thought that was going to be a lovely pinpoint cross there from Lamore. But it was actually dealt with rather well. It looks like it's actually going to be an LAFC highlight, as I did actually think potentially it was ours. It's not, is it? It's definitely theirs. Annie Barbar plays the ball out, but only far as Ramirez. Turner once more. Big save from him. I've got another corner. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know how many corners I've had now. Lee Win once more playing the ball into the box. And there it is. There it is. There it fucking is, isn't it? Martinho as well. João Martinho, the #1 draft pick of last season, coming up with the goal. It's LAFC 3, Revolution 1. What the hell do I do here? What do you do in this example? There's no point going very attacking. That just doesn't work. Great. Kone's looking exhausted. Rossi's on the ball. I don't know what's going on anymore. Felix, come on, do something, please. Nice. Victor now. Victor on the ball. Come on, we've got people, bodies going in the box. Felix, come on. Shot on target. Wow, has it gone out that far? How does it rebound off the goalkeeper and go out for a throw-in? It's just ridiculous. This has been such a poor game for us. Such a poor game for me as well. It's not really been one that I couldn't say I can look back with. You know, I've just not been good enough as a manager in this. It's impossibly leaving it. Should have changed things up before we went in at half time, rather than just hoping we'll see the game out. As you know, all the signs were there that LAFC were up for the fight, as Rossi's now got another corner for them. This is so annoying. The games this past like 4 or 5 games have just annoyed the hell out of me. I don't know what's happened. I mean, I know Agudelo is huge. He's huge for us, but you know, Callum Rowe is kind of picking up. I know it's not the same type of player, but he's trying his hardest to get the goals for us there. But the rest of the team just not really functioning without him as that focal point up top. And I'm not too sure why. I did change the style because I've seen it in previous games to try and counterbalance the fact that we've lost him. The striker plays a different role as well. As I said, I pushed Callan up. That seems to have helped him, but the strikers just aren't performing, and that's probably one of the most disappointing displays I've seen this season. And all I can do, guys, anyone who's even got that far in the video, is apologise, because that is LAFC 3 doing the Revolution 1. First of all, just apologising, guys. That was probably an absolute shit show of a commentary there from me, because that game really got to me, and I was trying to be as family friendly as at all possible, so I had to bite my tongue on a few occasions. And also, kids are in bed, I've got to be quiet. I can't be ranting and raging at the screen. But we're still in a decent position. We're still in third position. We've got a game in hand as well, although so is New York FC. And both on 44 points. So we're still in a really, really good position to, hopefully make it into the playoffs now. It's still quite close, as you can see, down to 8th place with Philadelphia. They've still got, in contention, Chicago Fire. As much as I like to see that, it's got to be a very disappointing indeed season for them. As I mentioned, though, in the previous video and before this one, we are going to be coming back for the game against Atlanta United, purely because I wanted to have a live com against Atlanta United, and then we will be obviously coming back for that game against Montreal Impact. Who knows, though, things could be decided before that last game of the season, but then hopefully we will be making it in to the playoffs. Hopefully not just as a wild card as well. Hopefully we'll be able to potentially get a bye and maybe not have to play the first round, but who knows, only time will tell, as well as the results. But anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed today's episode, then don't forget to show your support by dropping a like on the video. I've been Just M1ke Plays, and I'll speak to you later soon.